Mute your mic.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Cronkite Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. I got my man in the building, Donovan Sadiq, the Queen, Demetra King, and I am the 5-star general. Got my man in the building tonight. So he gonna give you some pointers how to get rich quick. I think he like 2 hours behind. I've been dealing with E-Trades all day. It is what it is, big homie. Y'all sit back, we finna get to it. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for tuning in. You know, without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. And we really appreciate you taking time out to hang out with us. I don't have no news today. I get to go home tomorrow. I get to jump on a plane in the morning, and I get to go home and shoot my video, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I'm gonna take this call. Y'all do y'all thing.
Okay, welcome to the War Zone, you guys. It's hump day. We made it this far. Good for you guys. You didn't get shot. You didn't get killed or anything by police sitting in your home. So that's a good thing. We got to take all the positives we can. In the news today, you guys know President Joe Bigot Biden went overseas instead of pushing his agenda through, which you would think that would be more important. Now, I'm watching this idiot go overseas, and yet he has a so-called infrastructure bill and all this stuff that's supposed to help the middle class and supposed to help you black Negroes. And he's jetting overseas as it stalls. So what's more important? When will you guys start learning and looking at what these guys do? They don't care. Both parties, Republicans run it for a little while, then the Democrats run it for a little while. It's the same thing, same sham over and over again. They're asking Kamala Harris, why didn't she go to the border? She said, oh, I haven't even gone to Europe yet. But she's in Guatemala telling them and trying to help them with their immigration problems, but yet can't address black issues right here in the United States. I mean, they're doing this stuff right in front of our faces. And we're just like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to say this. And how many of you guys actually have heard this before? How the hell do you criticize and talk about and try to take care of people that are outside of your house, and you can't even take care of your own home? Think about that. And that's where we're at. Well, black people have to help the Asians. We have to help the Jews. We have to help these people. We can't even help our damn selves. But guess what? Walter Coulter's in the building, so he's going to do a little something to for those of us that want to wake up. He's going to tell us how we can help ourselves. Demetra?
Can y'all see me all right? This internet is tripping, so y'all forgive me if it do some other stuff. So anyway, hello, welcome to the War Zone Wednesday night. I think we're all feeling a little fatigue here, middle of the week, you know, hustling and grinding and all of that. So, but anyway, Walter is here tonight instead of Thursday because he has something else. He has a photo shoot. He's gonna be modeling like Strong J and all of that. So that's why he's here today. But I also want to just bring awareness to you guys. I don't know if you guys saw a video trending, or I posted it. It was an Asian man by the name of, what was his name? Ryan Lee Nguyen in Detroit. He shot a 6-year-old black boy who had his bike for whatever reason on his lawn. He went to retrieve his bike, and he said at first he came at him with a sledgehammer or some sort of a hammer or something. And then he shot him in his arm. And there's surveillance of, you know, the little boy realizing he shot and he's saying, ow, ow, ow. Now the man, they arrested him and he bonded out with $10,000 there in Detroit. Bonded out with $10,000 for shooting a 6-year-old little black boy. And so you guys know the narrative. Asians have gotten a hate crime bill recently, and black people are still an unprotected class. And I haven't seen or heard Joe Biden or Kamala or any of those people who were talking about what what's going on with the Asians in the last couple of year or so, and especially the media who highlighted that of Black people doing all this attacking, but they've been really silent about I've seen Black news outlets mention it, but I haven't really seen it on mainstream yet. I haven't watched TV today, but I just thought you guys should know about it, and you guys see it. Spread the word that there's a grown man who shot a 6-year-old baby because his bike was on his grass. So we are here with Walter. What say you this evening?
Actually, quite a bit. I didn't hear about that story, but there's a lot of crazy shit on TV. I try not to watch it, but we need to. Maybe this is one of the times we need to march on over to Homeboy's house, and I don't know. I'm not going to incite violence. I'm gonna leave him sleep tonight.
Well, you're actually saying what a lot of people have already said, and what a lot of people are already thinking, like, yo, why is he even? Never mind. But go ahead, continue.
I mean, George Zimmerman's still walking around, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. We you guys, sometimes we got to start thinking like the old Europeans. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you save your money, you have your stuff together, if something come up, the homeboy just can't nobody find him. I'm not advocating kidnapping, but I mean, shit. Sometimes they got to think you will do it. Show up. You know what? He pull up, and every time you see a black car drive by with tinted windows, every 5 minutes, people start thinking. But again, it ain't nothing gonna change until we get stacked, right? And you guys are seeing it now. What'd you call Donovan? Skamala Harris?
Skamala.
Harris?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all getting to see it. It's going to get a lot worse for Black. Matter of fact, it's already too late. I mean, Black people, time is up. We might as well get some shackles, and we're going to keep acting like this. I mean, man, I don't know. I'm actually, it's depressing, to be a Black man and be like, God damn. Like, how many times do I have to feel like the lower class? And we have all this talent. We got to get our game.
And the crazy part, too, about that is he shot that little boy with his daddy across the street. Like, there was no fear. Like, and then he shot him outside. So he was in his house and shot through his own window to shoot the 6-year-old baby who, had no clue as to what was going on. But his dad was across the street, and he had no fear of shooting somebody's child. Like, oh, I just shot a nigger. To me, it was like Latasha Harlins all over again, except for, thank God, little boy didn't die, but I'm going to just shoot this little boy, because he's getting his bike off my grass. And then, white supremacy gave him a $10,000 bond. Well, it's probably $100,000, but he only needed $10,000 to get out, and he's out.
Yeah. And he ain't going to jail. I mean, he might for a little bit, but the crime wasn't serious enough, at least not against the right person. So, and really, Black people, what we going to do about it anyway? What you going to do? Right? We ain't got no power. I mean, we have power. That's not true. We do have power. But we got to start stacking it up. So I tell you, we start, I'm going to go over some stuff tonight to really give Black people some power. Right? And I know everybody, all races can use it. But tonight I'm going to go over some of the things. The last few days, I've been trying to take my clients more down of a, the hell with this shit. We're going to get some money. And we're going to sign off. I got my second. I finally got an iPhone, y'all. So it's the bat phone. I'm going to be blue, not green, or whatever that shit y'all talk about. Right. So I got my slave phone, and I got my retirement phone. So I'm getting ready to check out. When I say check out, I just mean not be a slave to the rhythm. You guys, like, some of us are slave to the job, slave to our location. We don't got to do that no more. So tonight, I'm going to go over some tips so you can tell your boss, kiss my ass from the left to right, front and back, side to side, quickly. And you can do it in a couple months if you're serious. So for those of y'all ready, we can get out, but I'm going to let y'all hit me with any questions on the subject, and then I'll jump right into it. And I'm going to try and read these comments too, because I don't normally do that. So I'm going to try and stay up with them. But yeah, Y'all got any thoughts before I get started?
Explain the slave. You said the slave plan, or what did you say?
Well, I was talking about my slave phone. You know, the shit, like, I want you to imagine turning your phone off for 2 months. Okay, maybe not 2 months. Now I'm talking about your work phone. Turn off your work phone. How about for a week? I know me, it's hard to turn off my phone because I don't want to use, I need the income. I'm trying to get something done. But as I'm realizing it, I'm like, there are things I could do to get ready to shut this phone off, put it on voicemail. So when I feel like opening it up, I'll answer it, right? So I'm just going to get to it. Let's talk about the Negro trap, right? This is in my book, Nigger Rich, and it's the $50,000 grill. I'm going to break it down for those of you taking notes. The book's not out yet, but it's coming near you, right? And it's not about niggas. It's about Nigger Rich and why people say that, and, what we've done financially and what they've done to us to be able to use that term toward us. So the first thing in the book is called the $50,000 grill, right? Take a Cadillac. Now, if you look at the Cadillac, I think it's the CTS, you can look at that car, and over the years, the only thing that will change is the grill. So you can buy a car that's 5 years old, but pay, a $50,000 difference, because you buy a Cadillac that's 5 years old, it depreciates, right? So what some people do is, oh, my shit is new. And then they end up paying $50,000 just for a car. The only thing they did was change the grill. You ever seen like a Rolls Royce or some of the Porsches? Some of those cars do not change. They'll change a little thing here and there, but the price will be higher, right? Let me use another story. This will make more sense. The $450,000 Honda. This will make more sense. Let's get in the car together, right? So we rolling, we going. Where y'all want to go? Like what y'all got down in Houston? What can we take a boat to?
Galveston?
Huh?
Galveston?
All right. So first we swing over to Papa Do's, and then we're gonna drive down to Galveston, right? So we get out of valet. And no offense to the Honda people, I'm just using my story. I'm gonna get a brand new Honda. It's $30,000. I ain't gonna put shit down. I'm gonna trade in my negative equity on my last car, and my car payment is what? $700 a month, right? Because if you buy a $30,000 car, you got to add 6.25% tax on it. Then you got your local tax. Then you got your gap insurance, which means the insurance says if you get in an accident, the insurance company, the gap insurance, will pay the difference between the value of the car and what you owe. If you drive the car off the lot, tomorrow you bring it back, it's going to be worth 10% less. And it's going to be worth a lot less than that over the time. You see what I'm saying? So gap insurance, what it does is it says we will cover the difference. Then there's the warranty. Like if you buy Range Rovers, BMWs, they have a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty. But after that, you're on your own. So a lot of these people will sell an extended warranty. So by the time you do that, you're at $35,000. And that's before interest and all the other stuff. Low jack, this jack, your mama jack, all that stuff. You're $37,000 and you're in a Honda Accord. So we roll, we get out the Honda Accord, right? And here's another car load. Now they got a $10,000 budget. And so they're going to buy, let's say we're going to buy a 2012 Lexus GS with the big booty. Donovan, you know what I'm talking about? So we get out the Lexus. In our car, we paid $10,000 for this car. And our car payment, because we kept our credit decent, is $200 per month. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm in the 2012 big booty Lexus. This cat is over here in the Honda. Which one do you want to get out of in valet? The Lexus or the Honda? I'm in the Lexus because I like nicer things. But how is it the Lexus was only $10,000 and $200 a month, but the Honda they're paying $700? So how I got the $450? If you take $500 a month and take that difference that you're not putting on the Honda because you bought the $200 a month Lexus, that $500 a month over 30 years will give you almost $500,000 at like 6% interest, something insane. Do you see what I'm saying? I'll give you another figure since everybody here on the screen is in the stock market, right? So if you take $200 a month over 30 years at 12%, that's 700 grand. $400 a month over 12% at 12% over 30 years is 1.4 million. Do you see what I'm saying? $500 in the stock market at 12% is almost $1.8 million, right? That's at 12. If you take it down to 6, you're down to 450. But some of you guys are taking your car and ruining your retirement. And that's why I say in Nigger Rich, we talk about the car payment, the $450 grill, because it's car season time. Black people, this is worse than slavery. We are getting wiped out, right? So, and I've been on the phone with 4 or 5 people in the last, it's car season. But like, I was on with one of my favorite clients. We've been working on getting her car. And so when you go to buy a car, some of these car dealers will want you to buy insurance on the car. I mean, on your life. So you have a used car payment. They want you to say, hey, if I die, buy this insurance. It's like $30 a month. Boom, we will pay off your car if you die. If you get injured, here's another insurance that you pay. If you get injured, we'll pay your car payment. Now, if you get hurt, that works out in your favor, right? So it was like $40 a month for life and disability insurance on a car payment. Do you understand what I'm saying? To pay off let's just call it $30,000, $40,000 loan. Do you know how much life insurance you could get for $40 a month on a 5-year term, which is basically what a car 5-6 year term is? Like, seriously, Black people, wake the fuck up. Like, this is some real shit here, right? So I'm talking to my client, and we're on the phone, and she hits me up. It's like 6 a.m. We get on the phone with the bank, and I got a list of questions. Matter of fact, I got my notes somewhere, and I'm like, okay, tell me about this. Tell me about this. And I can tell the lady's getting frustrated. And I said, you know what? You got your financial planner on the phone, and you're buying a car. They're not used to that. See, that's what the white folks do. They show up with their financial advisor. I know, because most of my clients were white people. It just is what it is, and I'm trying to reach everybody. But they're like, hey, Walter, we're buying a car. What time are you available? And I get my black ass on the phone with the car dealer and the bank, and I run the numbers. So I get on the phone today, and I'm like, she's like, oh, the car payment interest rate's 2%. I'm all, that's cool. And then the interest rate, on a $40,000 loan at 2% is about $25 a month. Not bad, right? The insurance is $40. And so we discovered together, like, yo, if I don't have the insurance, does my interest rate go up? And they're like, yes, if you don't buy the insurance, we're going to raise your interest rate. So $25 at 2% a month. The insurance is $40. So I'm like, your interest rate is not 2%. It's 6%. Because that additional $40 is almost 1.5 times more than the 2% interest rate, the $25. So your interest rate's not 2, it's 6. Then they hit you to gap insurance. And on a used luxury car, you might as well dig up your relatives and lay down next to them. They are killing you, right? So then they hit you with all the gap insurance, the warranty, and all these things. And Black people, we love to drive luxury cars. We do. You see us, man. Whew. You see the brother, he 50, get his retirement check. You get on the long red-ass zoot suit and a red Cadillac to go with it. Period. Then that's
the Steve Harvey suits.
Oh yeah, the big ass, long ass suits, and I guess that's cool, right? I might do that too. But what if we, instead of making a car such a huge, because I know what it's like to be in a nice car, but what if we could just get advice? I have several people, even on here, I'm like, hey, F that car, put it on hold. Wait. Yes, you're gonna see it. There's something, you guys who are interested in mental toughness, called a reticular activator. Let me tell you, it's not the Lord, it's not Jesus. Maybe it's the universe, or maybe it is Jesus sometimes, I don't know. But it's called a reticular activator. If you ask for something, you will see it more often. You ever play the game Slug Bug, right? If you say, oh man, I want a black Jaguar with white interior, guess what you're gonna see? That car, right? Y'all can use that advice when you're looking for a good man. Anyways, look to that side of the screen where Donovan is. I think he's free. So your reticular activator will automatically start looking for those things. That's why when they say be careful what you ask for, when you put stuff out to the universe, it will show up. So some of you guys in fear, oh Lord, please Jesus, keep me away. Oh, I don't want this to happen. And it's like, it's crazy. Are you calling me? Oh, so it's insane. You know what I'm saying? So does that make sense? What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, you're asking us? Well, my thoughts, yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. We like to throw away our money and let these people live and eat off of us, you know. So, you know, I'm kind of particular about the interest rate, and I crunch those numbers as well. And going through a credit union, I made sure, even though I got the gap, they threw in the gap insurance and kept my rate at 2% without having to go when I refinanced when I got the car. So, but my car isn't a luxury car, so I'm not into that.
I'm gonna show you how to get the luxury car right now. If you're ready, write this down. I can't believe I'm telling my non-members this, but I'm gonna tell you guys, here's a gift. Go to Turo.com, Turo. You want to drive an S-Class? You want to drive what you want to drive? You want to drive a BMW brand new? Here's how you do it. Go to Turo.com, open an account. It is the Airbnb for cars. So for instance, every time I come see my sister, if I rent a car, do it through Turo. I'll rent somebody else's car on a platform. So
if I wanted to rent a Bentley from Turo, could I rent a Bentley from Turo?
Yeah, it might cost you $500-600 a night, but you can do that. And people do that. It's exactly what they do. So like, for instance, I was telling one of my clients today, matter of fact, she opened the account. I said, take your car that you're not driving, put it on Turo, let it pay for the car that you're getting ready to buy. So let's say, for instance, you want a Mercedes S500, right? Or S550. I just dated myself. S550. I can get that car from the dealer auction, the new body style, white interior with the lights that come on for 35 grand right now. 35 grand out the door. I can do it two ways. I could save up the cash. I could pull the cash from one of my investments. I could pay cash for the car at the auction. Then I could turn around, hit my credit union, and borrow money against it, right? I take 35 grand, buy the car. Then what I do is I put it in my name, go to a credit union, and I borrow money against it to get it back. What that does, I avoid the taxes, which are about 6 to 8%, depending where you are. All the fees, gap insurance, and all that crap. I skip all that. So I buy a $35,000 car instead of it being $50,000. By the time they're done with me, it's 35. Then my credit union gives me 30. I'm out of pocket $5,000. I'm in a Mercedes Benz for $600 a month, which is a lot of money, by the way. For you car folks, people, $600, that's a lot of money. You can feed a small African village with that kind of money. But here's what you do. Take that Mercedes and put it on Turo. So you guys, tonight, you can go to Turo.com, look at Mercedes S550, and they rent for $150 to $500 a night. So those of you who know me, I've been struggling with buying this Benz, and I'm like, I can't see paying $600 or taking 30 grand out of my pocket when I could be buying a house on Conroe Lake, whatever it is. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to buy that car and put it on Turo. I only need to rent it 3 nights for the month to pay my $600 car payment. So now I'm not out of pocket 30 grand that I should be putting in real estate or flipping or doing something with. I'm now making a $600 car payment, and Turo, I put it on Turo 3 nights and my car is paid for. Another night, the insurance is paid for. Here's the crazy part. When your car, because I can see it already, oh, what about the car? Who's going to insure it? Turo has their own insurance through Liberty Mutual. Well, they will cover the car when you're not driving it, just like the DoorDash and Uber and all that other stuff, right? So now you're in an S550 for $600 a month, and Turo is paying for it. So people say, well, what do you do when it's rented out? Fool, get you another car. Get you something else. Especially if you have, you can buy another car, for $3,000, $4,000. You guys, you can buy a BMW 3 Series, 5 Series for like $4 or $5 grand. Like the new body style BMWs, that little 3 Series, you can get it for like $5 grand. Period. Right? So you got your BMW newer body style, because that BMW 3 Series, the 5 Series started in like 2011. So you can have that, so you can still floss. So what happens is if the Benz is on Turo rented out, you drive the Beamer. You put the Beamer on Turo too, so if the Beamer's rented out, you drive the Benz. And if they both rent it out, hallelujah, you're making money. You see what I'm saying? Stay your ass home and count your check. Does that mean that is how guys, you see guys that have a Ferrari, Bentley, and a Mercedes in their driveway, they're not making those payments. They're putting them on Turo. And you know who's renting those cars? The Negroes. You see them. I just jumped on my boy. He was on social media. He got an S550 in the back. I know that's not his car. And I'm like, you've been renting that car for a week? Are you losing your mind? Come on, man. So, but we do it. We'll spend $1,000 for the weekend, or 3, 4, 5 days, and be in this S500. Or worse, I see us in Bentleys. Oh, I rented a Bentley for the weekend. Pop bottles. Nigga, we ought to pop shots at your dumb ass. Like, that's money. Those are closing costs for a house in Texas or Alabama. Fun shores, here we come. You see what I'm saying? So there's number one. So if you want a car, and here's part two, you can do it this way. If you don't have the cash, you can't get it. Almost anybody can buy a car. 18-year-old kid at Starbucks can go out and get a $600 car payment. I asked my son Chris, he's upstairs right now working on our clothing line. Like, I remember he bought his Honda, it was like $700 a month. And I remember the day he got rid of it, I could see the blood come back to his face. So, but now you're in your luxury car in Turo, and if you rent it 6-7 days, you're making money and you have a Benz. So next time you see me, hey Morgan, no, come on in. My child, she got the flu. My son Khalid, what's up, people? I forgot. I'm facing this way. So use the Turo app. You guys can do that tonight. Like literally, go to Turo, and if you have an extra car, put your car on it. You guys, we're in the pandemic.
I was just on there right now. I was just looking, and they don't have any Bentleys or Rolls Royces at the moment. But I did see a G-Wagon Mercedes for like $250 a day. You want to rent that? So let's say you wanted like a car for a video shoot or something. You could do that. You see what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily, because what I tell a lot of people too, if you're buying a luxury car, rent it first. You can go to Turo. Thanks, Morgan. You can go to Turo for 1 day and rent it. And a lot of you guys that will drive this car for 1 day will be done with it. You won't want the car. You'd be surprised how many people have rented a car through Turo and go, oh, I don't want it. I'm over it. They're not even interested anymore. My kids are silly. So that's one thing you guys can do. So pick the car you want. You guys, and listen to this. You can, man, I'm telling you non-members, man, y'all better join. You can go out right now and buy a $3,000 car and put it on Turo for $40 a day. What is it? If you put $3,000 on a credit card, what is your payment? Because on a credit card, your payment's about 2 to 3% of the balance. So if it's $3,000, you're gonna be $60 to $90 a month. You guys listen to what I'm saying. You can take your credit card. That's why I tell you to build your credit. Take your credit card, swipe it. I don't care if you got to go into B of A, take cash advance, do what you need to do. Yeah, there's gonna be more fees. So what? Do that. Get the $3 grand, but Malcolm X style, any means possible. Put that car on Turo at $40 a day. If you're paying $60 to the bank and you rent it out 2 days, day 140, day 280, you got $20 left over, and you got 28 days of your car. Am I making sense, or am I talking too fast? No, you're making sense. I was actually just looking at the Turo app. And yeah, I mean, if you want to do some real stunting on there, which a lot of people do, or you want to take somebody out for a nice date, you know, you take a young lady and your wife out to a nice date, you know, go to the beach or something. Yeah, you can rent a nice car. I'm looking on here. They got Aston Martins and Maseratis, all kind of stuff on there that you can rent. And it's still going to be, you know, a lot cheaper than a car note. I mean, I don't know how much a car note would be for an Aston Martin or a Maserati, but I'm pretty sure it's close to the, you know, $1,000 range. So yeah, I mean, it's something definitely an option.
I'm gonna tell you another thing too. If you want a nice car, Google best cars to make you look rich. The Maserati Ghibli is on that list. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is with the Maserati. They make a shitty car and they depreciate like rocks, but they're hot. They look good. You pull up in a Maserati. Go ahead.
And the other thing too is, you know, I don't know if you guys follow Warren Buffett at all, who happened to not pay a whole lot of taxes, by the way, but, you know, it was not really his fault. I'll get into that a little bit later on. But he, at the time I saw an interview of his, he said, I'm driving my 2011 Cadillac. He's like, don't you think I can afford a brand new car every year? Shit, and once a month, even every day he can afford every day he can afford a new car. But he says, I drive my 2011 Cadillac from the house. Then I go to McDonald's every day and have me some breakfast. And then I drive it to the office from my house that I've been in. I think he said since, you know, it's an older house. It's not a big giant mansion. It's just a modest house. He's like, I would rather have the money than nice things. And so my mom gave us a book called The Millionaire Next Door one time. And it's a really good book. It is actually probably about Donovan. But it's about people who you think, you know, when you see somebody like, oh, they're rich, they got a nice Louis bag or they got the nice Rolex stepping out of a nice Benz, but it's like they're probably broke. They're doing that for you. But the millionaire next door, he wears tennis shoes from Walmart. You know, at the time he said a wristwatch from Sears, and you know, they're, you know, like look at your Mark Zuckerbergs and your, you know, I guess billionaires to this point, they just dress regular, a sweatshirt and some jeans and some regular old tennis shoes.
Hey, I have an old 1980s Casio calculator watch. What does that tell you? If nobody recognizes that, then you know I'm one of the millionaires next door.
You need a watch. When the sun go out, get cloudy, your watch stop working.
Somebody says that you can do the same with an auction. At the auction.
No, you can, but the auction is just the way to get it. But you got to get into the auction first. Let me tell you, and I'm not talking about Pookie and them auto auction with the, you know, the repossession auction. You fighting with the public. That ain't that.
Or the old police car trade outs.
Yeah, good luck with that. No, like I just renewed my salesperson's license with the DMV. I'm not a car salesman, but I paid $55 to renew my license for like 2 to 3 years. I mean, shit, that's $25 a year to be able to go buy cars. It's insane. I'm telling you guys in Houston especially, you have Houston Hobby. You have 2 of these auto auctions right there in your hood. And you got one in Dallas too. Because I know when I go there, I'm like, the auction is right there. You guys, $25 a year. You hook up with your boy. Somebody owns a dealership. Hey, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna help you, but I want to buy cars too. Or every time I buy a car, I will pay you $50. That's it. I'm giving you the game, you guys. And you walk in and I saw Khalid, the dude walking in the back. I bought him a bunch of cars from the auction. He wrecked almost every last one of them to some degree. But you know, my son Evan, his car's in the garage. You guys can go to these auto auctions. Seriously, and you walk in there, you like today was today. Today's Wednesday. Oh shoot. So I normally go Wednesday night. I don't normally do the show on Wednesdays, but Wednesday night's about 7:38. I walk through the auctions, about 15 rows, 3,000 cars, and I just walk by them and I take a notepad. I go, I want that one, and I click it. I scan it on my phone and go, I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. And I bid. So even though I'm there to get 20 cars, I like 20 cars. I only need to walk away with 1 or 2. You see what I'm saying? It's not complicated. All you guys can do that.
Hi, Khalid. We see you.
the floor.
Well, let me switch it up a little bit to kind of liven up the situation just a little bit. So we've been hearing about these billionaires that paid little to no taxes. I think it says from 2014 to 2018 or something like that. It was a leak, actually. And the Biden administration, they're not investigating the fact that these billionaires didn't pay a lot of taxes. They're investigating the fact that there was a leak. And so what a lot of people don't realize is they didn't pay zero to little taxes on their income. They actually paid that on their investments. So can you talk about that a little bit so people can get a clearer understanding? Because, you know, a lot of times when we hear it in the media, hey, Chris, a lot of times we hear it in the media, it's all these billionaires, they didn't pay any taxes. And so can you break that down in layman's terms as you can for us?
Well, first of all, you guys, these rules are written for rich people. And who do you think finances these who do you think finances these campaigns? Rich people. You see what I'm saying? So they're the ones financing them.
So basically, you're saying that the tax law is written for those that have the money, basically.
Yes, absolutely. And because if I'm a politician, who am I taking money from? The rich. You know, when Obama came and some of these guys, they started the $25 campaigns. But before that, it was like, I'm a billionaire and I want a casino. And you got your boys in the fridge. You got your boy giving him $2 million to make sure his casino stays there. So what happens with the investments, there's certain rules, things you can do. There's wash sales where you can buy one investment. Thank you. So I could buy Coca-Cola, right? I buy Coca-Cola. It goes up. And then they have something called the wash sale where you can sell it and rebuy it and not have to pay tax on it. It's actually pretty complicated, but you can do that, right? So
everybody can benefit from these tax rules, or is it just exclusively for the rich?
It's for everybody. You guys, listen.
Well, let me say this before you get into that. People got to realize if you don't make that kind of bread to take advantage of certain rules within the tax code, of course you can't benefit from that. You got to be in that bracket. So the key is to get to that bracket.
I'm telling you guys, you could be in the bottom tax bracket and still do these things because capital gains is capital gains, right? I don't care if you're in the lowest bracket. Capital gains affect you. And man, Joe Biden is slapping the shit out of the middle class. You guys making 30, 40, 50,000 a year. He is coming for you. And he said he wasn't, and we fell for it. Y'all fell for that. My daughter loves Bernie Sanders. Lord help her. It's like, man, he is the tax code, capital gain, the real estate. Some of you guys inherit money, and it's called a step up. So let's say I buy a house for $50,000 and it goes to $1 million and I die, my daughter Morgan, assuming she's in good grace with me, inherits the house for $1 million. No tax. $950,000 of appreciation, no tax. Guess who's getting rid of that? Your boy Biden is wiping that out. That is going to kill the poor and the middle class. Because now you get a house, you and your brothers and sisters fighting over it, and the government's like, yo, you have 9 months to pay the tax unless you sell it. And then it's sold and gentrification speeds up. Y'all keep kicking it with, man, listen.
And you know what? And that's what people really need to listen to because unfortunately, especially we as Black people, we, like you said, grandmama gives us the house free and clear, but we don't understand that taxation part of it. And so we end up losing the house or, and we don't pay the property taxes and stuff like that. And so can you delve into that? Because a lot of people think, okay, well, my grandma died, RIP, I got her house. But they don't have the education to keep the house, even though it's a free house per se.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things. One, go ahead, Maria. You got this huge housing market. Houses are through the roof. People are fighting over these houses. I'm telling you guys, 1 in 4 houses is bought by a hedge fund, by Wall Street. I know I run an investment fund. I am one of those 4. But I'm buying the house in Houston and Lake Conroe for a different reason than you guys are buying your house. If you're buying a house right now to live on it and try and think it's going to appreciate and you're going to one day be able to afford the payment, you have another thing coming. That rug is going to be moved so quick, and it's going to hurt people of color more than anybody because we are the last ones to the boat, right? We all go, hallelujah, the Lord bought me a house, and you're in this house, and the market falls, and now our self-esteem is hit because the house we just paid $350 for is worth $250. And we're like, hell no, we don't want this. And somebody comes scoop it up for in a short sale, and black people gone from the neighborhood. So now with the Biden tax plan, that will be sped up because now if I inherit a house from my mom, being able to sit in a house and live there, I got to pay the tax before I can stay. So
now break that on down because a lot of people don't know that.
So you get a house, and some of you, man, a lot of you guys down there in the South and the Texas, the Bama, the Louisiana, all the way down, man. I'm telling you, you're about to get crushed. Watch, because your grandparents, your parents are older. I'm 51 years old. So, and you know, my father's still alive. My mom has passed away. But like they're 80. I'm not even a baby boomer. There's 80 million people in the generation above me. Not to mention people. So my parents are passing. Our parents are passing away. All that wealth is coming. But instead of us, my mom paid $100 for a house and it's $500,000. I get it and I got $450. No, Biden's like, I want tax on that $450. Capital gains, if it's now 30%, 30% of 400, you need to give us 120 or you selling the house. Where are you gonna get 120 from? Take out some crazy mortgage loan at 10-50, some crazy loan that you're gonna try and pay forever. It's a wrap. And the black people are out of the neighborhood.
So then it sounds like the baby boomers need to be educated about that because, you know, they go in a house that they worked their whole life for, probably, you know, God knows what they did to acquire the house. They give the house away to a relative or whatever, but that relative is son or daughter. They don't have the $120,000 to even get the house. So sounds like they need to be educated as well. Otherwise, their house is going to be gone to somebody, you know, outside of the family.
Yes, people like me. I am waiting.
Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that's going to wipe the black people out. The capital gain tax. Oh, you got to make so much. That's a lie. When you get rid of the step up, you wipe out people of color. Because here's the thing. Some of you follow me on Facebook, saw my video when I was on that 40 acres, right? 40 acres, it would take you forever to walk around 40 acres. That's us. We didn't get that. But now, instead of us not getting that, it's going the other way. We are losing it. A lot of you guys, your relatives own property. I tell people, man, get on the phone with your relatives and ask them how much money they got. I'm trying to get my life together. Can you help me? Can we do something together? Oh, we don't talk about money in my family. Shit, me and my family talk about money. I guarantee you. I got most of my kids, I got grandkids upstairs working on my clothing line. I'm like, you guys grow the hell up. It's money time. I can hire some Asians in here and they'll be working all night. Won't say a goddamn thing, or we could get this done. You choose.
And you know, I'm going to say this too, because I'm one of those people. Now, I'm just, you know, it's just me. I'm getting older and I get it when older people say, I say what the hell I want to say. I get it. But when people come to me and ask me advice, especially if I've already given it to them, I don't even pick up the phone no more. Because you've heard this stuff before. You've heard the information going forward and you chose not to pay attention. But then when you see people making money or, you know, acquiring things, then you like, okay, now what had happened was, it's like, nah, baby, that train done already took off. So.
Well, I always tell them when they come to me after not taking my advice the first time, it's going to cost you some ass this time.
Lord have mercy.
My mama used to have this saying, and she says, you can waste my time as long as you pay me. And if you ain't paying me, then you know, later for all that, go to somebody else who ain't heard the bullshit from you before.
Yeah, and that's how you guys do it. So you need to, like, right now, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm on Turo. I'm looking at this S-Class because I like to keep it real with information. You guys, for right now, for S-Class 2015, $180 a day. You can rent it. You can rent it in or you can rent it out. 180. I'm looking at it. Right, shit, I got my other computer over here. I'll show it to you. There it is right there. There's a white one. I got a black one over there. This black one is $238 a day. I mean, it continues, it goes on and on and on. Look at that. I mean, it's Benzes. I just typed in Mercedes-Benz. $212 a day, $215 a day. I don't know if you can see that. You get the point, right? So I'm giving you guys the goods. So we want to floss? Let's floss. I want that Mercedes when you get in, it goes ding, ding, and it turns blue, Donovan. You know what I'm talking about, with the white interior, and you lay back like Fat Joe and Jennifer Lopez in the video, or Big Pun, whichever one is still alive. So it's okay to floss, but make sure you brush your teeth afterwards. Get that car. I'm putting that on the shirt. Get that car, but make sure you pay for it. There's nothing wrong with having a nice car. Just pay for it. Because if you drive a nice car, your self-esteem will rise. I tell you, sometimes I've been driving this 2005 Volkswagen Jetta that I sold. Matter of fact, it's going right now. And my self-esteem was in the, ooh. I pulled up next to this girl, not that I was like trying to date her, but she was like, Jetta. I was like, I ain't gonna tell you what I said to her, but I was like, I didn't say it to her, but I said it in my mind. I was like, wow, she just gave me the Jetta glance. And I understand, fellas, what it's like to go through that. But if I'm in my Audi or my Beamer, it's a whole different story. They will, oh, hey, how you doing? It's sad. So let's pay for it. You know what I'm saying? You feel better. You have self-esteem, not elf-esteem. So I get wanting a new car. Another thing, you guys, too, this is easy, financial tip. Keep your shit clean. My sister will tell you, I'll throw some shit away. You leave your purse out, your sandwich, your napkin, it will be missing. Rich people are clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So is being rich. That makes sense, right? So do that. And then what you do is you keep lining up things in your life. So enough with the car stuff. Let's move on. Donna, what should we talk about next? And I'm looking at the comments too. If you guys have a question, I can address something specifically in this, in this topic where we're talking about. Right now, I'm talking about getting nice things, right? Things that you want to have to improve your life. That's what Cornucopia is about, is good life. Tell me what you want. I'll show you how to pay for it, right? Like, here's the deal. I'll give you guys another tip. Matter of fact, somebody asked me, go ahead.
Before you do, I turned my camera off because I was trying to find a book. I don't know if I stole this from you or Mom, but the name of this book, and some people have their issues with it, but by Larry Wingate.
That's my book, man.
It's called You're Broke Because You Want to Be.
Yeah,
this is one of the best books I ever read, and it made me think about it when you said about your car being dirty. And he says, if you have a dirty house or a dirty car, he says, you're probably dirty. And he says your bank account is probably poor, because it's a reflection of how you see yourself when you would step out of a dirty car, walk into a dirty house. Says your bank account is probably lacking, your hygiene and all of that. And, I was a personal banker. I don't know about people's households, but I would look into their bank account and I'm like, wow, you spend a lot of money eating out, because they would come in and say, well, why am I overdrafted and stuff? And I would look into it and say, well, this is why. But I'm telling you, you hit on something with that one. There's a direct connection between people's houses and their bank accounts.
That is my book. Number one.
Yeah, he wants his book. But again, just like you made that correlation. It's the same thing in in our appearance. Walter is usually running around. I don't care if he's cutting his grass. This dude has a suit on constantly, having a suit, and, it makes him feel a certain way. How the hell are you supposed to be about the money and your pants are sagging, or you're in the store in pajamas? There's a correlation in that and how people see you and project you. I mean, am I wrong about that, or what do you think, Walter?
No. Give it to me, Gary.
Black people got problems. If their pants are sagging, help them lift their pants up and their mind will follow. We beat them up too much.
No, that's an agreement. That's what we're saying. We're saying that it's a mindset that you have to have. We're not saying what they're literally doing. We're saying it's a mindset you have to have. When you go to a job interview, you go with the best that you have. You don't go there and just say, oh, well, I'm just here. Oh, well. We were growing up, I don't know about you guys, but like when I was growing up, you always had your church suit that you would go into, or your church clothes or whatever, you know. So it's just a mindset. And we've got to get back to that mindset of presenting our best selves.
Well, I tell you what, we might as well get me out the school board race because I ain't putting on no motherfucking suit in this heat. I ain't gonna feel like shaving someday. Fuck that. But I'm the smartest motherfucker in the room. But if they got to gauge me based on how I'm dressed, because I hang around white folk that don't change clothes for 5 to 7 days. Ooh, got busloads of money, but don't change clothes for 5 to 7 days. If that's what they need me to do to say, well, that's the only way I'm going to vote for you, put a suit on, fuck you and your vote.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily a suit. I mean, I don't wear a suit every day. I used to be washing the car in a suit. I did that because my father wore a suit growing up, and I emulated what I saw. That's really what a suit I did. My father, to this day, if he show up, he's in a suit. So I got that from him. I just emulated what I saw growing up. But
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you know,
a
few years back, you couldn't catch me not in a suit. I was in a suit every day, and they were shitting on me every day. Every day. When I said, fuck it, I'm at war, and I'm going to dress the way that I dress because I'm at war, I started getting some shit done. Because I couldn't stretch out like I needed to with them goddamn suit pants on because I'd be bust them in the middle, in the seat of the pants or something. So all I'm saying is I agree with some of them things that you're saying, but I'm around here with a guy running Airbnb and man ain't changed clothes in 7 days.
Yeah, you don't have to be in a suit. I think the point is, and we need to be clear on this as a group, is being clean. I'm not in a suit right now, but I don't have stains on my shirt. I'm clean.
Yeah, the whole thing is being clean and the mindset of, hey, I'm going to present my best foot forward. That's all we're saying. Put your best forward.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll stop and just clean up. I got 6, I don't know how many kids in this house. They're upstairs. Man, I tell you, I woke up this morning, it was, whoo, this house was tore the hell up. I spent an hour cleaning it while they were all asleep. Period. I can't function.
Did you tear it up?
Nope. And me trying to tell my grandkids.
This is why the kids ain't gonna put the motherfucking suits on. They ain't gonna do what we tell them. Man, I'd have woke everybody up and fucked them up. I'm not cleaning up shit.
Yeah. Walter's a special case. Walter has OCD. He look like me. It ain't gonna be clean unless you do it.
and I get it. I ran around a couple people got OCD, but I got a disease too called fuck you up. If I wake up in my shit like that.
Yeah, I felt that way, but I just was like, I ain't gonna raise my blood pressure. And you know what? And I'm like, fine. I'm happy they here. You know, sometimes everybody ain't gonna be like you, but this is an easy subject. In the military, they tell you, make your bed. First, get up, make your bed. Period. Unless we're getting bombed, get up, make your bed, straighten up so when you leave into the world, you're clean and ready to go. So you don't have to be in a suit. You don't even have to shave. There are a lot of cats out there who, they got hair all over the place. You know, times are changing, but they're still clean. And this is an easy subject. Gary, I get it. I've seen people rich and looking ratchet, but most of them got rich first, and then they dress crazy. Because I got friends like that. I'm like, man, he's like, I'm rich, kiss my ass. I ain't putting on shit.
I got a problem. You probably wouldn't like me. I grew up poor, and the only thing my mom could afford every year for me for school was 2 pairs of pants. and I would go steal the sweats out the track closet. So until this day, on this day, and I'm 53 years old, all I wear is sweats. I don't give a fuck if I'm walking around with $40,000 in a backpack. You probably wouldn't even fuck with me because I look like a bum. My Air Maxes, they lean to the side, they dirty, but I put them on. I put these old motherfuckers on. You feel me? I put these old motherfuckers on before I go in the box and put these on.
Oh, you didn't have to do us like that.
No. But what I'm saying is, I force people to accept me where I'm at. I don't have time to impress these cocksuckers out here. Because if we spend our time trying to do that, then we ain't gonna get a lot of stuff done that you talking about. So whether you, especially in certain arenas, whether you in a suit, slacks, whatever, to some people, we just a nigga.
Right.
It don't matter what we put on.
Right. I agree with that to some degree. And let's kind of move the conversation back to center so we don't get hijacked by the cleaning stuff. But let me end on the cleaning stuff with this. I'll tell you guys, me and my sister, we weren't rich, poor, but I had, I didn't have a lot of stuff growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed like to have, a certain amount of clothes or wear the same zips and the tough skins. Trust and believe I had a pair of zips and tough skins. Talking about the brown pants with the little metal on the side that will scratch you every time you lay down. I had those. So me and my sister didn't come from a silver spoon. Trust me. But it was just something about my parents. I don't remember dirt. I don't remember dirt growing up at all. And I'm still right now trying to think, well, did we know? And my mom was a tyrant. She was like you, Gary. She'd be like, ding, 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 hit the pans, wake your ass up, clean this house up.
Goddamn right.
So that's probably where I get it from. So, but
you ringing the bell and cleaning it yourself.
Well, I'm doing like this.
Let me ask you a serious question, kind of off the subject. Do you know how to whoop ass, or do I need to send you an instructional video?
Well, yeah.
Let me answer that. So Walter has 6 kids, 5 of which are all 4 of them are either in college or have multiple degrees, and his youngest one that's on his way to college is on a full ride scholarship to a university and have like a 4.5 grade point average. None of them have ever been in any, in jail or anything like that. So I think what he's doing is working.
Well, I have a lot of help, first of all. So I will say that. But you guys, here's the deal. And we don't have to agree on it. I would have chosen, because I used to spank my kids when they were young. I didn't do it to my daughter just walked by and my son, Evan. I chose a different way. It's funny. I was on the phone with a friend of mine today. Her daughter cuts herself. She's in a mental institution right now. She's calling me crying. My daughter's in it. They won't even let me see her because of COVID. Her 15-year-old daughter is in an institution. She can't see her because she's cutting herself. She's out there mentally. She can't get it together. And she goes, I beat the shit out of her one day, and now she's in the asylum. I'm not saying whooping your kids will take them there, but it's 2021, number one.
Well, it's 2021, and you're right. So the only thing I could tell my grandkids, don't make me put you in an asylum, because if you fuck up, I'm going to fuck you up.
Well,
and I'm not backing off that shit.
That's one way to go about it.
That works for me. Because all that, I'm going to cut my wrist. Stop fucking around. You cutting your wrist, you're going to drip a couple of drops. Cut that motherfucker like this. If you're trying to kill yourself, you be gone in 15 seconds. Stop fucking around. You need me to show you?
Yeah, they just want attention. But here's the point, you guys. Here's the point I think my sister was trying to make, which will get lost in translation, I'm sure. But and you guys, when it comes to money, get your kids organized. I'm telling you, there's times my sister would tell you, I'm like, yo, y'all, we got to clean this up. And I just chose to say, you know what? Like, first of all, my kids, we were up till 4:30 in the morning making this shirt. Matter of fact, this shirt was printed at like 4 a.m. I woke up at 6. So I gave them that credit, right? Because they over here, we got like 200 shirts upstairs in our clothing line. They launched it. So I woke up and I was like, okay. And I did think about that, Gary. I was like, damn, this place is fucked up. But I cleaned it up because I'm like, damn, when they wake up, I'd rather talk about the shit I care most about, the cash. Because I have a housekeeper that comes here once in a while. She'll help me out. But I'd rather get to the money with them, because what I'm finding out is our kids are destroyed because of lack of cleaning. They're being destroyed because of lack of knowledge and finance. So that's just me. But everybody's different. I know friends that whooped their ass, and I got my ass whooped as a kid, and it helped me. Because my father, I got a whoopings for shit I didn't do. Period. I can count the whoopings on two hands because I got the points. Right? So I got it. But I took that information and then I transferred it. I took it with me so I didn't have to keep whooping my kids. You know what I'm saying? So now I come with my kids, and maybe my kids, don't get it twisted. We had our issues. My sister tell you, she's seen it. What's up, Tay? She wanted a Verbal Alert shirt. My sister-in-law, my daughter-in-law, actually. What's up, Tay?
It's a slave ship over here.
Oh, yeah, it's a slave ship with some cash in it. They all getting paid. So, anyways, let's go back to the money, though. Because you guys, our kids are in trouble. Our black kids are fucked. The name of the book is called You Broke If You Want to Be. That's the name of the book by Larry Wingate. He's a white dude, be careful, but he owned his shit. He said, dirty wallet, dirty car, dirty wallet. And people miss that point. You guys, wealthy people, most of them they are clean. You get in their car, it's clean. I know some of you guys, this shit's fucked up, dirty car, I get it. But there's exceptions to every rule. You know what I'm saying? Fine, I get it. But there's sometimes I'll throw in a pair of sweats too, Gary. I'll rock sweats. And most of these days I've been in sweats. And you guys will never see me. So people see me in jeans and go, oh shit, is everything okay? So you rarely see me in jeans and sweats. But lately I've been doing it. But the reason I like to get dressed up and be clean, because I like to present myself, and I like to skip certain obstacles. Yeah, you can have game, but maybe, Gary, everybody, we don't have game like you do. But like a lot of people, being clean and looking organized will save them drama. And it ain't our fault. If I get pulled over by a cop and I'm in a hoodie, it's not his fucking business to sweat me because I'm in a hoodie. But if I'm in a suit, my chance of getting hurt is less. It's fucked up, but it's the way it is.
Well, actually, if I'm in sweats and a hoodie, I want him to fuck with me. I want him to lose his job. I want him to lose his fucking career. Because just because I got a hoodie on, don't mean that that's not who I am. And I get it. And I don't mind, the book is great, but I think y'all have heard me say this before. This overanalyzation of black people by white people, whether they're writers, politicians, they don't know what the fuck we go through. They see what we go through. They don't live what we go through. I don't like when they do that. I don't like them. Yeah, I said I don't like y'all.
Well, I'm going to say this. I follow, the teachings of Marcus Garvey, and he told us those things. The Nation of Islam tells us those things. Marcus Garvey said, up you mighty nation, accomplish what you will. And so in order to do that, we got to get in a certain mind frame. We always know, it's to each his own, really. I don't give a damn if you take a bath or not, because I'm only accountable for one ass, and that's mine. But I know when I take a bath and I get dressed, I don't get dressed up per se, but I put on some clean clothes, I comb my hair, and I feel better. I feel much better, and I feel more confident about what I'm doing. And so I know a lot of times people think that, oh, you talking down on black people, but shit, honestly, I agree with Marcus Garvey. He says that some people you're going to have to leave behind because everybody that's black don't want this information. They just don't want it. And so we're not talking to them no more. If I got to keep telling you, you know what, talking to you about pulling up your pants and, and stop doing all the nigga shit, I'm done talking to you. Like, this is some very basic stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, but yeah, we're supposed to take time away from people who are listening and who are getting it, to continue trying to beg people to stop doing nigga shit. I'm not on that page no more. Because like I said, there's a lot of our ancestors and a lot of our real leaders lost their lives in the struggle to try to save Black people. And in 2021, here we are still talking to those same Black people, maybe not physically, but mentally. The same Black people who want you to get your Black ass on a pedestal. Oh, please stop doing this. Oh, please stop doing that. You done already heard that already. Black people are broke. We are less than 12 years from a slave. We are at the bottom of the totem pole in every way, shape, and form, and excuses are not getting us anywhere. I don't have a closet full of, expensive clothes. I got a small closet and a small dresser, and I wear the same shit over and over again. But I'm presentable, but I'm not making excuses for niggas no more. Gary, you can do that. I'm not going to do it no more. I'm just keeping it real with you.
I'm not making excuses for him. I went to a banquet about 2 months ago. I got flew into this thing from out here. And I walked in the room with some sweatpants on, with my jersey on, with my ball cap. Now, in this room wasn't no Black people. In this room wasn't no Black people. They didn't treat me no differently. Everybody got their own opinion. And if it's nigga shit, then get what? I'm going to be that nigga, man. I'm going to wear these motherfucking sweats until my nuts hang.
Nigga shit. The nigga shit ain't the sweats per se. The nigga shit, I'm not talking to you, Gary, but I'm just saying in general.
No, I get it.
It's it's the mental mind frame. Like, how many times are we going to keep saying the same thing? Pull your pants up. Don't spend all your money. Don't spend more than you make. Save some money. Buy some land. Educate yourself. Really... Wait. All these books I got, I bought a lot of them, but a lot of them were given to me. And I've read most of these books. The information is out there. It's free. You got Google. So we need to stop. And that's kind of what's wrong with us too. And why we depend so much on the Democratic Party is because we want somebody to give us something. We want, my philosophy is I will push you, but I'm not going to pull you. Because when I'm pulling you, that means I'm doing most of the work. But if I'm pushing you, then that means that you're moving along as well. It's got to be a joint effort. But all is well, Black people are, there's a lot of us that are bad off due to no fault of our own. But a lot of us are bad off is because we want to be. We give 97% away of all of the money we see every year because we want to do that. So we got to stop making excuses. It ain't about no sweatpants. It's about a mind frame, period.
So that's why I'm saying, to a certain degree, the ones that got the 3-piece suits on, they look the part, they speak very eloquently, are the niggas with they executive nigga shit that's fucking over us niggas in the sweats. And we don't feel like dealing with them bastards no more. So we out here just running around saying, fuck it.
But the niggas in the suits is fucking over the niggas in the sweats because the niggas in the sweats won't educate themselves. They say, my mom used to hate when I said this, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. We won't educate ourselves. Instead, we go by talking points and people telling us that we this and we that. Educate yourself is free. Even the most broke Black person on this planet got a cell phone, and you can use it to Google some information if you really wanted that. But most of us don't want the information. We want to continue hearing that we are victims. And yes, we are victims by institutional and systemic racism. That is a fact. But a lot of it we do to ourselves just by not knowing. And so if a nigga in a suit keep running game on you, that's your fault. It should only happen one time. It shouldn't keep happening. Like, I'm surprised at a lot of stuff I hear from people. And it's because they just don't want to know.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. Up your brakes. Well, I think we got the point with that. So let's move back to the center. The book, you guys, read it. You can get it on Amazon, Google it, whatever. It's a phenomenal book. Right, and I was just there. If I'd have saw that book, I'd have took it because it is a good book. But let me give you guys another tip. Right, first of all, Black people, stop the fucking fronting. Stop fronting, you guys. I was there. I know what it's like to want shit but not go get it. And so when you go in, you guys, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fail. My sister will tell you I've made so many mistakes. I have people that criticize it to this day. I started this clothing line. I got people saying, "Oh shit, here you go." Yeah, motherfucker, here I go. Like, what else am I doing with my life? We need to go for it. Number one. So stop fronting, go for it. If you make them, we remember the people that fuck up and eventually figure it out. Period. That's it. We don't remember the people that get it right. We remember the people that screw up and get it right. Michael Jordan got cut in the 10th grade. You are not good enough to play ball, Michael Jordan. That's what they told him. He got cut from the 10th grade playing basketball. Michael Jordan, the greatest to ever touch the ball, got cut. What if his father would have been like, "Oh, fuck it then. Go play soccer or go join a gang. Go get a job at the Whack and Shack." No, keep going, my brother. That's what we need to do. So I'm telling you guys this, leading to this example. I've been saying for a year, my sister would tell you, I want a lake house. I want a house on the lake. I'm just a nigga talking shit. I don't have a house on the lake. I'm just saying I want it. Right? I'm on with one of the members, Erica. She's like, "Yo, go to Conroy." I don't know shit about Conroy. I get there's all white people. I drive through the Woodlands, not a nigga in sight, excuse my French. I don't see no black people. And I remember I was on the show with her and y'all was like, "Get the hell out of there." I remember that. And I remember going, okay, they right. I should get the fuck out of here. Or I should just pull the trigger. So right now we in escrow on the
Don't say that too loud.
Well,
Alvin Conroy.
But here's the thing, though. I was in Conroe. I walked the neighborhood. I met every single one of my neighbors. Let me tell you something, you guys. When you come in with your shit together, some of that racial shit will slide. Is the Klan in there? Yes. Hold on, let me finish. Because listen, I have been, you can go through my Facebook page. I've been through some of those hoods. But here is the deal. I'm not going to be the slave nigga that's let the white man keep me from buying a piece of property. That's the problem with black people now. We can't live in our own neighborhoods. You can't walk through 3rd and 5th Ward. You guys said it yourself with nice shit. Can't leave your windows down in the 5th Ward. We need to change that. You know what I'm saying? And Ice Cube said it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Having nice shit in the hood is like inviting ants to a picnic. So you guys choose. So anyways, to get back to my point, you guys, you could do this. You could buy a house with 3% down. This house is $300 grand, $9,000 gets you in this house. Yo, man, I'm buying a house. You got 15, I got 15. Yo, I need 2 from you. Call my credit card company. Whatever, you do whatever you got to do. Shake the pole, swing on the pole, put your cars on Turo, sell your shit, buy some flowers, go stand next to the Mexicans and flip flowers on the corner. Do what you got to do, but miss me with that shit about you can't do shit. Period, you guys. I walk my sister's neighborhood and half the fucking houses are empty. And I'm walking down the fucking street in a button-up collar and some jeans, and I'm presentable, and I got a fucking clipboard in my hand, and I'm knocking on these motherfuckers' doors saying, "Yo, are you selling your crib? Do you know who's selling?" And we pull up on a Mexican dude sitting in the truck, saw me here coming. He looked down. He's like, "Oh, shit." And I said, "Excuse me." He's like, "I ain't telling you niggas nothing." He's in the hood. And she lives in a nice neighborhood. When I say the hood, like, it's, you know, whatever it is, it's the hood.
Under construction.
Under construction. The neighborhood got blew up. He's sitting there in an $80,000 Infiniti buying up the neighborhood, money that his parents gave him. In a black neighborhood, buying up homes. And we're afraid to go into the white man's. Like, you know, I'd rather go into the white man's hood than the hoods. Some of my friends and people be talking about, "Oh man, you can't go to the hood." In Riverside, you couldn't go to 12th Street. They're like, "Don't go there, Donovan. You know what I'm talking about. Go to 12th Street if you want to." It wasn't the white man. We went to Hunky Hills. We weren't afraid to go to Hunky Hills. We was afraid to go to Hillside. And that's some bullshit. We need to fix that.
I'm gonna tell you, I've been in Houston 53 years. You take your black ass on over to Conroe, and I will never visit you because you gonna get what you looking for over there. Now
well,
you
here's the thing.
No, I got to bless you. I'm trying to save your fucking life. Before
Hey.
your sister get a call, they done drug you behind a fucking truck in Montgomery County.
Here's the
Yo,
deal.
you know where you at.
I would rather die.
Well, you gonna get that
Going-
bitch fucking around over there.
Yeah, let me finish. I would rather die on my feet than die on my motherfucking knees because these niggas ain't buying shit in their own neighborhood.
That
Seriously,
don't stop you from buying nothing.
I'll be there. And here's the deal. Anybody can do this shit. I was the brokest motherfucker on this podcast a few years ago. Period. I sold Donovan life insurance when I was getting back on my feet. Donovan will tell you, I called this motherfucker 20 times trying to sell him life insurance. Come on to his house, all kinds of shit. He's like, nigga, in the military, I got PTSD, I got 4SD, I got 6SD. I was like, nigga, we're gonna find somebody for you. So, like, I know what it's like to be broke as shit and call my boys and be like, yo, you need to protect your family, which is the right thing. But I was trying to get that paper too. To go back and be like, yo, I gotta go do it. I'm not. Do I want to get dragged behind a truck? No. But at what point do Negroes stop being afraid to do shit? Between Jesus, oh, I gotta pray on it. Oh, I gotta be afraid. I gotta wait for the white man to give me. Fuck them. I'm getting this money. And I want to invite black people to my crib. It's funny, I was talking to somebody today. You buying a house on Lake Conroe. And I didn't say nothing because I knew where she was going. She's like, in so many words, you can't invite niggas. And that's fucked up because this house fits 16 people. And you can buy it with $9,000. Oh, you guys can pitch in and we can buy the Conroe Lake. We went and had dinner there. Did you feel nervous when we sat at Fajita Jack's? Did you feel like we was in trouble?
No, there was a few black people there, so I was like, okay, we might be all right.
But dude, I'm telling you, if you go, you guys, I don't care where you buy shit. I don't really give a fuck. I prefer you don't go to Conroe and compete with me. But if you walk that whole lake, they're building. And there are black people, there are Mexicans, we saw Indians, all kind of people there. The problem is black people won't go there to see the shit for themselves. And so we get excluded. And I drove through the Woodlands, and I'm like, where are the people of color? You know what I'm saying? You guys, they are building away from us. If you go to Willis, Montgomery County, whatever you call it, G, they are building new roads, new Starbucks. I met my real estate agent. The whole city's under construction. And I got out the car. No one said shit to me. You might. No one said shit to me.
No, I'm just asking you. I know they building out there. What they using, crosses?
Man, that's just 2021.
Well, let me ask you this, Walter, because I don't know if you heard in Atlanta, I think Buckhead is separating from the city of Atlanta based on the crime that's going on in Atlanta. So the white folks said, you know what, we're going to do our own city, based on that. And like you said, building away from us. They're just like, screw it. You guys can have this. We're going to take this part. And they're just going to make an all new city for themselves.
Yep. You want segregation? Here it comes. This is their thoughts. You guys, I'm telling you, listen to the conversation we're having. You have the financial planner for Kanye West, all kind of motherfuckers. I ain't got all day to name all their names. I'm here for fucking free. And I'm telling you this shit. I sat, and I was in the room with all these old ass white dudes. And they're like, you the youngest one here. And one of them was like, it's nice to see color in this room. He must have been 80 years old white dude, CPA, giving me the game to do this. Tell your people to do that. Tell them to do this. Yo, charitable remainder trust. You bought this house for $100,000. It's worth $500,000. Put it in the trust. Sell it. The trust is a charity. Charities don't pay tax. $400,000, free and clear, baby. I got 100 of those stories I can tell you, and we can get past this shit. You know what I'm saying? So those things will help you. You guys, this house in Conroe is $300,000. It rents out for $300 to $800 a night. Listen to me when I say you can go kick the neighbor's monkey in the nuts, do what you need to do to get your down payment. Get you somewhere. It could be Idaho or Yodaho or Hedaho, Shedaho. Go where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? But get that down payment. Don't buy the house to live in and as a lot, because you're going to get killed any moment. If you buy a house, make sure it cash flows. See, this house in Conroe, I'm going to be paying $1,500 a month. But at $400 a night times 20 nights, is $8,000 plus the cleaning fee of $100 a night. Who do you think will be cleaning that house a lot of the times? My ass. Listen, Gary, it's wax on, wax off, Karate Kid, baby. I clean my house so I can clean my investments. I don't mind cleaning the house. At $100 a day, I'll clean my shit. And it take me 45 minutes? Come on now. Here's what I'm saying. You can make $8,000, pay $1,500, little fees, fix up, make sure the water in the jacuzzi, the sauna plugged in right, and you keep $6,000. How many of you guys could quit your job with $6,000 today? Miss me with the nigga shit and all that other stuff. Can you quit your job with $6,000 living in Texas? Hell to the motherfucking yes. I don't even live there. It costs me $600 just to come look at a fucking house. $600 on the flight. Call my sister, I'm coming tomorrow. You got your flight? No, I'm gonna get it. She picked me up from the airport. We drove, and Deanna's like, oh shit, this nigga taking us out the way. Whatever. We buy dinner, so that's $800 for the trip. You know, I have a couple drinks on the plane. I snuck my shit on the plane. Do what you gotta do. I'm $900 just to go look at a house. I don't like doing that. But what I do know is I want to participate. And if I fall on my face, I can say, yo, I tried. I can look my kids in the face and say, I tried. Not that I wish I would have. So that's what we got to get, black people. And if they don't want to listen, drop a bomb on their ass. I'm going to tell you the Muslim way. Because if Farrakhan would tell you how you really feel, he would drop a bomb on these Negroes. Wipe them out, start over. Take all those niggas in a circle and cut the ground from under them and bury dirt on these motherfuckers. That's what Farrakhan would tell you. You want to know why? Because I was in the room with those dudes. My father worked on his 325 BMW. My Khalid Muhammad, my son that's walking around, is named after Khalid Muhammad from Temple 27, Khalid X. He's upstairs named after him. I know the way they talked. Cut these niggas' throats and bury them in the sand so we can fix our race.
Sounds like it's time for last. What do we do? Close final remarks, whatever we call it. Donovan,
close it out, man.
Hey, you know, like I said, there's many roads to a destination, and this is just one of many roads to get to where you want to get. Now, some people will take this road, some people take that road, and that's all fine. The important thing is you get to your destination, and if you want to get there, you could take a jet. That's pretty fast. You can walk. That's pretty slow. It all depends on how you want to get there and you know, and how you're going to do it. But again, when Walter comes on the show, I take a lot of notes. But again, the definition of insanity is continuing to do what you're doing, expecting a different result, and that's just, you know, how it works, and that's insanity. So sometimes you got to take a risk, you got to take a chance, and that's what a lot of people do. So Walter, again, thank you for coming on the show and giving us these tips.
Let's buy some shit together, my people. Let's buy some shit. Don't let a motherfucker come to your hood and buy your shit up. Period. Let's buy some shit. I don't care if we lose every dime. And if we're afraid of the white man, I got a 9mm upstairs. Not around my grandkids, they can't reach it, and I got a lock on it. But shit, I'm gonna have a 9mm in that house too. Do what they did to us. They showed up with weapons. Black people, black men were stronger, bigger, faster, smarter to stop like Benjamin. What the fuck you think Big Ben is named after in London, England? You realize Benjamin Banneker is the one that created the fucking clock, not the dude they talked about. Every time you step on the brakes at a stoplight, that's Garrett Morgan. Like, what the fuck? Those are the, you guys, this was 100 fucking years ago. They created this shit. Not this, now we got internet. No internet, no phone book, no car, created shit we use today. But African men, they weren't black men, they were Africans. Created shit that we use today. Do not tell me that we cannot, with all the shit we have in our power, go and create some shit. Come on, what would they say today? What would Charles Drew say? Like, the dude that, the heart bypass or the transfusion, like, that's our people. Those are the people they showed up and kidnapped. The smartest people in the world. You can Google it. Asians right now, they are losing their mind because in China, they did this study, right? I'll kind of wrap with this. They did this study. This Chinese scientist was to defend the Chinese race because they were saying, you're from the African race, and Chinese people are like, fuck you, we are not African. He did this study, boom. Guess where their background's from? And the Chinese dude said, one of you guys said, when you sent it to me, we are African people. The Chinese dude, not a lick of melatonin in his skin. Those are the dudes that they showed up to and kidnapped. Only thing we were missing were weapons. Come to my crib in Conroe and start some shit. Maybe you'll get me, but I'm gonna shoot 6 or 7 of you. And I'd rather my kids go, my father died doing his thing than being a punk bitch hiding from the white man. It's my closing thought.
Is it on me? Well, I tell you what, in the immortal words of some of the greatest philosophers that I know, I guess I'll be a nigga for life. I'm not coming visit you in Conroe. You know Minister Farrakhan, I know Minister Muhammad, and he'll tell you don't take your ass to Conroe. They got something for Negroes in Conroe. And to read, I gotta read this. Now, you do what you want. You buy your property wherever you want. You come to the hood, we can talk. But I'm not going to Montgomery County.
Yeah, it's bought already.
This is a comment I got, and then we'll end. I don't even want no music. This Herman the Monster style. This is a comment for you when we was talking about Montgomery County. This motherfucker don't have a clue. They gonna find his ass hanging from a tree. Be careful what you wish for. It's not what you think. Yes, other places where you can do exactly what you said, but Montgomery County ain't the one. That's my only advice. But y'all, I'm finna go grab me a pizza so I can get ready to catch this plane in the morning and come home in the immortal words of Walter and do some nigga shit. I'm gonna be stunting this weekend with the Bentley. Saturday, 6 o'clock in front of Yates. I'm shooting a video. And it did not cost me $400 a day.
Oh, shit.
I paid a pretty penny. But it is what it is, y'all. Another good day. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. And I'm gonna be on that nigga shit by the time I get on here tomorrow. I'm gonna be in the hood. Go drink a 40 ounce with my partner. Ain't got no cheaping in my eye, though. All right, we'll holler at y'all, man.